What's up everyone? Today we're playing some Domain Zoo with the Scam package. This is very similar to the list that's been going around with some minor adjustments that I made. So let's take a look at the deck and see how we combine the Scam package with the Domain Zoo package. For our mana base, we're looking for 5 colors here. So we have our Zagoth Triome, our Rogran Triome. So we have all the Shocklands with the 2 Triomes, so that way we can have 5 colors of mana on turn 2. So we can pair Zagoth Triome with Sacred Foundry or Rogran Triome with Overgrown Tomb, so that way we can have 5 colors of mana on turn 2. And by turn 2, once we have all 5 colors of mana, we can have a 5/5 Kavu, or we can cast Scion of Draco on turn 2. This deck is all about getting Domain early, so like we just said, if we get Domain, we can have a 5/5 Kavu, we can have a Scion of Draco on turn 2. The last part of the Domain package is these Orcish Bowmasters. Now for the Scam package, we have 2 Feign Deaths, 4 Not Dead After Alls, 4 Griefs, and 4 Furies. So as we all know, Red-Black Scam is the best deck in Modern currently. So this deck is looking to take a little bit from that page and kind of add it into the aggressiveness that is Domain Zoo. So one thing that is missing from Domain Zoo and Red-Black Scam is card advantage. So that's why we have 4 of the Beanstalk. So this card just came out, it's everywhere, it's incredible. So whenever we cast a spell with CMC 5 or greater, we get to draw a card. So ETB, we draw a card. We have 4 Fury, 4 Bindings, and 4 Dracos. So that's 12 cards that trigger up the Beanstalk. Other than that, the deck is pretty straightforward. We have our 4 Lightning Bolts for removal. Bowmasters is kind of pseudo removal. We have our Furies, and we have our Leyline Bindings. This deck is looking to be super aggressive, so hopefully we can kind of get the Grief Scam package on turn 1, get a Kavu or a Draco on turn 2, maybe a Ragavan on turn 1, and just kind of beat face. And then we can even have some card advantage if we're pitch casting Fury with up the Beanstalk in play. For our sideboard, we have 3 Stubborn Denial. This is pretty much a hard counter if we have a creature with power 4 or greater, which is pretty easy when we have Scion of Draco and Kavu. We have 2 Terra Sunder. This is primarily for Blood Moon, but it can also hit enchantments and problematic artifacts that kind of disrupt us. We have 1 more Ego. This is for combo decks, Tron, Amulet, any deck that has a card that is just like a 1-win condition. We have 1 Hidetsugu, consumes all. This is good against Scales or just Hammer, anything with like low CMC costs. And it also whips graveyards and hits Rhinos as well. We have 2 Terminate. This is good for hitting Murktides, opposing Furies, just any kind of big creature, so that way we can clear the way for all our creatures. 2 Boseiju Who Endures. This is for big mana decks, artifacts, Tron, all that stuff. And then we have 4 Leyline of the Void. You'll see a lot of lists that just run 3. I think if you're going to be running Leylines, you're really going to want them. So I like the full 4 set here. You can get away with running 3, but I'm just a huge fan of 4. So that's just a quick overview of the deck. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and let's get in the gameplay. All right, welcome to match 1. We're on the draw here and we have the Scam combo, so we're going to keep this one. We're also up against Gigantha, so this could be Tron or some Death Shadow variant. So definitely not Tron. They bubble themselves, so we know that they have a fetch land. Let's see if they want to keep it. Blood Crypt. Hopefully not a Thoughtseize. It's a Thoughtseize. So our hand went from pretty solid to terrible just from this, because they're going to take Grief. I would imagine they take Grief over Not Dead. This is like play draw. If we're on the play, we just have such a better opportunity. They do take the Grief. Not surprised. Would love to draw another one. All right, we'll play Swept and Pass. So we can imagine this is some kind of Death Shadow variant. I don't think it's just like, well, it's definitely not Jund because they're playing Baubles. They bobbled themselves again. All right, well, that skipped through my turn. That's not good. I hit till end step, but for some reason it didn't. So they got stuck on 1 land. Guess we're fetch shocking for no reason. That is unfortunate, but it's whatever. So we want, I guess it doesn't really matter what we get here. We definitely want black. Could have Overgrown Tomb. Yeah, we just took 4 points of damage unnecessarily here. All right, we draw another Feign Death. Not exactly what we want. So next turn we can play Marsh Flats, get a Triumph with that, probably get Rogran Triumph, and then we can always flash in Bowmasters. All right, they found a land. I guess I just hit yield through this turn last time instead of end step. Not thinking. Hopefully it doesn't punish us. Stomping Ground. Is this going to be like a Tarmogoyf? Yeah, 4/5. I guess maybe we play the Kavu so it can block. I'm assuming they have like a kill spell though. They probably definitely have like push or something. So taking that 4 points of damage is really going to hurt us. All right, draw Fury for the turn. That's this. We don't have another red source to pitch for Kavu though. That's the thing. Like if we want to play Kavu this turn, it's kind of awkward. I think I'd rather have a hard cast Fury, even though we're not scamming it. I really don't want to shock this in. I'm just going to get a Rogran Triumph and hold up Bowmasters here. And they know about Bowmasters, so it's fine. I don't mind just like chumping to save. We're going to save life and time. So we'll flash this in, hit them down to 11, chump here. Hopefully it's not like Death Shadow though. But with Gigantha, I'm assuming it is. Yeah. They play 2/2. Okay. So now I don't mind. I mean, man, another red source. I would love to draw another red. I guess we're just killing all this. I'm going to pitch Kavu here. I mean, we do get the draw with Beanstalk, so that's one upside. All right, we draw the red source that I really did want to pitch. So let's go 3-1 like that. So it's hopefully they don't have, if they bolt themselves, it's going to be so awkward. They have to have bolt. Like there's no way they don't have bolt, right? And they're going to hit themselves down and Death Shadow's going to live. But better than Tarmogoyf if there's an instant in the yard already. This is going to go up to a 6. This is so friggin' awkward. Maybe we should have attacked first. They wouldn't have blocked, and then this would be even higher, I think. So I think that's fine. We're so screwed here. If we just hit this for 4, 11, 10, 9, 8, we have to do 5 to this. Let's see how they react to this, I guess. We should have just, no, see, we should have done 3. Yeah, we should have done 3-1 because now they're not going to do this because they know this is going to die. If we're going to evoke this, yeah, that was a mistake because now we can't kill Tarmogoyf. Not that we were able to anyway because we're putting it, and now they're going to bolt this. So we knew that, so we played around bolt really well at least, but now this is a 5-6, so it's just like whatever. All right, we can actually dash Ragavan here. 11, yeah, we can get him with both. Ragavan hits and we get a, what do we reveal? A land. All right, we send it back. That was like an interesting turn. It was a lot to think about in terms of like Tarmogoyf getting bigger, we assuming that they have a bolt, but we played around bolt really well by targeting everything on that, I think. Oh man, they have a heat. Yeah, they just have all the removal. Get them for 5, sure. I wonder if this means that they have removal for Ragavan also. Bowmasters. All right, we're gonna dash Ragavan. Get him with everything. Do they have another heat or bolt for this? Yep. No, not looking good. Our deck doesn't do well against like mono removal like this. Play a land and pass. So we do get to chump with Bowmasters at least, but we've drawn 1, 2, 3, 4. We've just drawn like too many lands. Always too many lands, right? All right, Flash and Bowmasters. Ping them. We're definitely going to chump here also. I guarantee you they have like bolts and stuff in hand. They have 4 cards in hand and they're not like doing anything. I'm just going to hold this. There's no point in cracking this. I'm just going to cycle this. We have to pass. If we attack with 1 and they kill the other, we go down to 1. Bowmasters, yeah. So like exactly this. If we would have attacked with both, we'd be dead. But we're probably still dead anyway. Heat, bolt. It feels bad that we had to pitch Kavu to Fury. Not beating that draw. Against, we didn't see Ren in 6, but can we assume that there's a Ren in 6? Like that we want ley lines? We definitely want terminates. Terminates and ley lines, I think. Like we didn't draw any, we didn't see any bindings. So like we just didn't see anything with our deck. Bolts aren't the greatest here. Bowmasters for their Bowmasters, I guess. Even like Ragavan's not very good here. Let's just do this. Let's kind of go big. 5 lands and just 2 bindings now. All right, this is a little better. We'll keep, I guess, put this back. Some rough hands though. Now we're the mono removal deck here. You also don't want to mulligan too much against like Thoughtseize. Just that one Thoughtseize just completely tipped the game to their side. This can go get a Sacred Foundry and we can play Scion. We just really want them to play like a Tarmogoyf or something. We also don't really want to draw any more lands like last time. All right, they get an Overgrown Tomb tapped, which leads me to believe that they do not have a Death Shadow in hand. Blood Crypt, shock that in, play Tarmogoyf. Nice, a 1-2. Feels weird wasting a Terminate on like a 1-2. Now I kind of wish I had the not dead after all. All right, hit them for 4. We're probably gonna save. We're gonna save Terminates for later, like depending on how big this gets. If they're hitting for like 1 or 2, I don't really care. I'd rather save it for a Death Shadow. But them not shocking in, they're just assuming that we're going to do damage, so they don't even have to do themselves damage. And if they want to, they can here. All right, they do shock that in. So we can assume... Does it terminate? Man, I really wish I had a not dead. Terminate or dash Ragavan? Just casting a Ragavan, okay. And a Death Shadow with Blood Crypt up. All right, we'll take this hit. We can assume this is a Lightning Bolt again. That's why they didn't want to... They didn't want to dash it. They wanted to hold up bolt just in case. That's totally fine. So this is a 3-4 now. Oh, not dead after all. This is tempting. This is tough because we're gonna get hit here. We have this to clear their board, but then we lose the removal bolt. I mean, so if they have bolt, that just like gets rid of this. So I don't think that's a good idea. The only reason we did it last time is because we had 2 of these. All right, I'm just gonna attack here. If we get hit for 5 and a monkey, I don't really care, I don't think. I'd rather save Terminate. Maybe we can hardcast Fury. Definitely need another red source though, that's the problem. We need a fetch limb. Knock them down to 4 or 6. Play this tapped and pass. What sucks too is we only have 1 black source too, so we can't use both of these if we need to. They don't have Delirium, so we can assume that they have an Unholy Heat as well. And they're gonna get in with both. That's fine. We'll take 1 hit from Ragavan. Hopefully they don't... No, they hit a Fury. Oh no, they have the land. Ugh, that's brutal. All right, whatever. They're gonna Fury this. We're gonna not dead after all it. Unbelievably annoying. They are dead to to this though. We're actually going to do something very cheeky here. Watch this. Okay, so they saw it already. We're going to not dead after all, and then we can like terminate it. And that would ping, that would do the one damage left. All right. Hitting Fury off the top, not good enough. Yeah, the double terminates were really good. So that was good to have our sideboard cards in there. But now we're on the draw, and it's going to get a lot harder if they have like Thoughtseize and stuff. We definitely can't pitch this hand though, looking for a Leyline Binding. I mean, looking for a Leyline of the Void. We don't have any turn 1 plays, but we have a lot going on here. Hopefully they don't lead off on a Ragavan. Maybe a Thoughtseize? Okay, it looks like a Ragavan. Kind of annoying. We would love a Bolt. Grief, grief, grief. And see, this is again, draw play. If we're on the play here, we get to Bowmasters their Ragavan and just nothing matters anymore. All right, we're going to pass. This will get a Triome. Kind of stinks. We have to let this hit us. All right, we're going to get Zagroth. We're not going to have red, but we have to either have no red or no green or no black. So red is just the Kavu, black is more. And we're doing this now so Ragavan doesn't hit it. All right, they do hit us. Hopefully nothing good. Oh my God, they hit Bowmasters. That's the rough part with being in colors that they can cast. So they can easily just cast this now. So if they do that, we can, oh, 3 mana. Oh, wow, okay. I mean, Fable's good too. Oh, that's a good one. That's really good actually. So let's do this. Up the Beanstalk, draw a card. Pitch Fury, we get the draw. Get that value, and then we get to kill both of these. Do we want a Grief? I don't think so. It's tempting. I think because this is like a like an attrition matchup for the most part. Like they are kind of aggro-y. I don't know what I'd be taking out of their hand besides maybe just like a Death Shadow. It's probably better to do it after they Fable anyway. Terrace Thunder and Heat. Oof, that's crazy they got rid of those. Peatland. I wonder if they were looking for lands or something. If it's a, oh, they put Gigantha to hand. Interesting. I would love an Undying Effect here. Come on. Terminate. Okay. Not really what... It stinks we don't have any red either. Guess we're going to do this now. We're going to do this so we can draw a card, hopefully hit a land. And this way they don't get the flip side of this. Would love a fetch land. Even an Undying Effect for next turn, I don't care. But one of them too. Opponent's down like 5 minutes on the clock too, which is kind of frustrating. We do draw the fetch land. That's excellent. All right, we'll play this and pass. This will go get a Roggen Triumph. And then we should be good to go. We don't have to grief the Gigantha out of their hand either. Thoughtseize. All right, we're fine with that. If they take Terminate, our hand is like really good. It's just like annoying to be honest. Like hopefully we draw another land and we can just like hard cast Grief. Oh, they took Kavu. Interesting. So that means they have a Tarmogoyf? Another land. Dash Ragavan. Okay. We're gonna try him here. Unfortunately, we can't do anything about the Dash Ragavan. It better not hit. It better hit just a land, I swear. Or like a Fury or something. Okay. Marsh Flats. Okay. I mean, obviously we would have liked that Marsh Flats, but maybe we hit another land off the top. Or Undying Effect. Leyline Binding. Okay. Not the worst. All right, we're just gonna pass. If they're trading like 1-for-1, like Thoughtseize for Kavu, that's fine because we have more cards in hand and they just like do more things. All right, they didn't shock that in. So that means they don't have a... I wonder if they're just going to play Gigantha. They have a lot of lands. They know we have Bowmasters. All right. I mean, we are going to Bowmasters. We can assume that they have their own. If they play theirs, whatever. They're drawing a card in response, so that way they don't lose any life. All right, they're fetching. They get a Summer Ground tapped. I guess they're just like for F6 value. This could be Bowmasters 100% though. Would not be surprised. Another Grief. I'm just going to pitch Grief here just to see what's going on over there. All right, they do have the Bolt. Tarmogoyf. It's a 4/5. This is a 5/5. I'm going to get rid of Tarmogoyf here just because it's easier to cast. So their hand is land, Ragavan, Bolt, Gigantha. All right, we'll attack. Do we want to make this bigger now and risk not pinging Ragavan? I guess we can wait. Man, I would love a land or an Undying Effect again, but I mean, we don't really care here. I want them to play Gigantha so that way I can binding it and draw off Beanstalk. All right, they're going to play out Gigantha. They don't know about binding yet, so I'm assuming this will get the concession. The fact that they're not playing Ragavan with the treasure token, I mean, they know about the other Bowmasters. Okay, and they conceded. Lots of value here. Yeah, I don't think there was any way we were losing with this hand, and we just kind of were patient even though we were only on 3 lands. All right, welcome to match 2. We're on the draw again, but we're going to keep this hand. We have 2 lands and some aggression. No Undying Effects, nothing fun there, but pretty mid-range hand. Another Bauble deck. This is like Deja Vu. Bauble themselves, except this is against Murktide. Turn 1 Ragavan. Where's my bolts? All right, we're going to play Rogren, try him and pass. We're going to take a hit. Play, I guess, Kavu next turn, because it can't be bolted and it's a blocker. Unless they just kind of go ham with creatures, which would be ideal. Because that way we could like Fury with Beanstalk. God damn it, dude. Come on. This card's like amazing in this matchup. It's so unfortunate. Like if we draw Bowmasters here, we just... and they just slam it. All right, well, I guess we are playing Beanstalk into Fury. So this is going to go get an Overgrown Tomb. Hopefully it's not pierced. Don't pierce it. Don't pierce it. Nice. All right. Well, we're going to take a hit regardless. It's still 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. Oh, no, we're going to... Oh, no, we're going to take more than one hit. That's awkward. So 3... That's freaking awkward, man. They just like drew the card that countered us. We just took like 1,000,000 damage here and we're going to have to 3-1 this. And we have to kill Ragavan too, which is annoying because we have like, I mean, we have like another Fury and stuff like that, but we have to, I don't want to take more damage. So we're going to do this. It's super awkward here. I also think because we have so many cards, so many good cards, we're going to just grief this. They might have Subtlety, but if they pitch Subtlety, okay, they didn't. I was going to say, if they pitch Subtlety, I don't really care, I guess. Holy moly. Okay. We're going to take Iteration for sure. Their hand is Shredder, Murktide, and Consider, which is really good. I'm assuming they're going to get an island here and just Consider. Okay. I mean, best case scenario, I guess we Fury, pitch Kavu if they play Shredder. And just pass? No, another Ragavan? Ugh. All right, well, go down to 9. Awkward 9. All right, luckily they didn't hit anything. They hit a land, which, I mean, I guess I'd rather them hit a land than a spell that castable, but they couldn't cast it anyway, so maybe not. All right, we still hit that. All right, we're just gonna play this out. All right, they hit another land. So their hand is Shredder, Murktide, Ragavan. All right, and then hopefully this is just, ugh, no, they have a freaking heat. Oh, come on. Damn, they just hit like the nuts here. Now they have Ragavan and Murktide. That was like the exact card they needed. They have land, creature, instant. Nothing we can do about that. Maybe they bottom or maybe they bin the Ragavan. Lightning bolt. All right, this will go get a Zagoth. I'm not playing around Blood Moon. We don't have any outs to it anyway. Go down to 7. So their hand is Murktide something. Oh, Ragavan. We knew that. Yeah. I guess we just... This is so awkward. We can't hold up white. That sucks. So we'll play out Kavu and I guess pass. They will maybe attack. Hopefully they don't draw a removal spell. They'll attack at least with Shredder to 5 and then play Murktide. Man, Bowmasters is just gonna... The opposing... I'm so mad they took this Bowmasters. This just like won them the game. All right, they hardcast Murktide here. Or not hardcast. Big Murktide. We need like a red card, I guess. I don't know. We're gonna take so much from this Bowmasters because of Beanstalk. It's so awkward. So we'll cast Binding here. Draco. We're just gonna die to Bowmasters. That's insane. But we have to, like, we're dead to Murktide anyway, so we have to. And then we play Draco here. Draw another card. Get pinged again. Yeah, I think we're just dead, like 100% here. So we can block. Okay, they've been to land at least. So, oh, there's a bolt that we can't cast. It goes to 3. Yeah, we're just dead because they have too many. This goes here. This here. 3. Yeah, wow. Bowmasters just won them the game. So like there was I don't know. There was the time in the beginning from killing either Bowmasters or Ragavan, and it just seemed, at the time, it seemed better to kill Ragavan. All right, so against Murktide, we're taking out Ragavans. Furies aren't the greatest either. Stubs are decent. Actually, dude, Leyline of the Void is actually amazing in this matchup. All right, we'll take all the Furies out. Because we're doing that, we'll take out 2 of these. Terra Sunders for Blood Moon. Terminates for creatures. I kind of want Stubs too, to be honest. Take out 2 bolts too. All right, we're on the play. All right, we have the... Oh, God, we have it, but we only have a friggin' forest here, so we're gonna have to mull this. These hands, we're gonna have to mull this one too. Again? All right, well, we have to keep this. Holy crap. Put 3 cards on the bottom. I can't believe that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2... Those hands were all unkeepable. All right, we're just gonna hold Foothills forever and ever, and then just like die to Ragavan. I mean, this is gonna get a Triome and just hope we draw into if they play Ragavan. All right, yeah, this has to get a Triumph here. Man, I hate losing games or like matches like this where it just nothing mattered. No choices mattered. All right, get hit. Are you kidding me? They get to kill our Leyline now? That was the only chance we had. Oh no. That was legit the only chance we had was just having Leyline in play. And now they get to Terrace under it. If we don't draw a land here, I'm just going to scoop. Wow, whoa. Interesting. That's wild. I mean, we know they have a counterspell. Yeah, a counterspell, sure. I mean, I guess... All right, another land. We get to play out Kavu at least now. Kavu's going to be really hard to kill too without Unholy Heat. I'm very surprised they didn't get that. And if we trade Kavu for Ragavan Bolt, that's fine. That's a 2-for-1 I'll take. They have 8 cards in hand though. Ledger Shredder. Okay. Would love up the Beanstalk. That's probably our best draw here. Bowmasters. Just gonna play this now. Hit the Ragavan. That's also a really good draw. I want these 2 bindings to be honest. I think just having mono removal is just gonna be fine. They can't trigger. If they trigger Ledger Shredder, they're gonna take a bunch of damage anyway. So they need like a bolt for this now. Man, if we win on like a mull to 4, Evoke Fury. All right, so they are going to get rid of these, but Kavu still lives. And they pitched expressive too. Wow. Preordain. Okay, so that's why. That's fair. Let's see if they attack with this. I hope they don't. If they don't, we get to binding it. All right, they definitely found a land off of that. There's no way they didn't. They discarded Shredder. Scry 2, 1 top, 1 bottom. Okay, they did find the land. Do they get in? Oh, they do. I wonder if they have like a Pierce or something. All right, we'll discard Grief here for another Grief. All right, we'll cast Leyline Binding on our turn so that way, like if they have a Pierce, okay, they don't. I'm gonna say, because they could have Counterspell. It's one or the other. Consider. They put counter. See, they did have a Counterspell. I mean, unless they just drew it with Consider, or it was the next card. Unholy Heat. Wow. Okay. Definitely need some threats here. We play a land and just pass. Channeler. 1/1 Channeler. Oh, Fury would be, well, not even castable. Volgren. Again, we're not even playing around Blood Moon. Play Kavu. I'm not even gonna like binding this. It's not even worth it right now. They do get to filter through their deck if they cast spells, but iteration. They kept 1 card on top. I wonder what that is. I wonder if they're like looking for Blood Moon, like another land. If they're just gonna like try to moon us out, just this versus that. Preordain. They keep it on top again. They did top. I wonder what that means. Interesting. So we're going to discard Grief again. Draco. It's a decent one. Are they going to chump here? All right, they do chump. Let's play Scion. It wouldn't have mattered if we played it. Oh, it does have it does give trample. Okay, that's a mistake then. For some reason I was thinking it was just first strike, but we should have played Scion first, obviously. No, we couldn't have because never mind. We cycled into it, so I'm not a complete idiot. If they were trying to top Blood Moon and like that's their play, they just lose. Like if this goes to get an island and then they play Blood Moon, yeah, like what is this attack? Are they trying to like trade with Bolt? Yeah, see? That's funny, like we knew exactly what they were doing. Okay, now they get to heat the Kavu. All right, well, because we can't cast anything, we can just grief whatever they have left. All right, we'll take Magus. So now they just have like a lightning bolt. Scion of Draco versus the world. They have a couple draws though. Scion attacks, they have 1 more turn. It's pretty funny they brought in Magus. That's not gonna do it. Bowmasters. I was gonna say, I don't know what they were drawing into. They're just like wasting their own time. All right, so they brought in Furies for Bowmasters. They have Blood Moon, obviously. Makes me want Stub a little more, especially on the draw here. Again, Land on the Void. I can't believe we won. That was a mod of 4, which is pretty crazy. Terror Senders are great. I mean, bolts are like good, I guess. Like bolts are good against Ragavan, DRC, and I guess Shredder too. Grief's good. All these are like really good. Maybe because we went down Fury, we'll go down some Beanstalks as well. We only have 8 now. All right, let's just go down a few Beanstalks. I think it's fine to kind of play a little slower-ish. The value is not going to be there as readily with the 4 Fury gone. Man, these hands are trash. I'm going to keep this though. Like we have Bolt for turn 1. Turn 2, we have Beanstalk. We have removal. If we draw Grief, we're like set. All right, that's fine. Play this tapped and pass. So we definitely want a few lands. We can't hold up Bolt and we can't hold up Stub. All right, I guess they have no turn 1 plays. Is this just like Shredder? Wow, nothing. So this is great for us. We don't mind. All right, we'll just play Foothills and pass. We're not going to play into Counterspell or Spell Pierce. I really don't mind waiting. They could have Blood Moon. We have Stub for that. They consider. This is going to get into the Triumph here. Unfortunately, like we do have Stub up. Okay, so here's a green source, so that's fine. So this will get a forest. Hopefully they just slam Blood Moon and not a 4th land. All right, they do nothing. We get a forest here. Leyline Binding. I guess we just pass. Like we could try to land up the Beanstalk, but they're not doing anything either. So I don't know if they're setting on a bunch of removal maybe. Like maybe we should be jamming Beanstalk because they're not making land drops. If they miss a land drop again, maybe we'll see. All right, well, we're going to bolt that end of turn. And we can pay for Spell Pierce. And by them playing that opens up us to play up the Beanstalk. Ooh. So that we weren't playing around their Lightning Bolt. So that's a mistake on our part. We could counter it. Oh, it's not going to matter. It doesn't matter if we counter it or not. All right, so that does become a 2/4. Okay, so at least they're tapped out, if nothing else. Another land here. All right, so we're going to play Beanstalk here. Okay, so we do get the Grief Scan them for free now, which is pretty awesome. That's actually like huge. So we're going to pitch this. It is going to trigger Shredder, but we don't really care because we can always just like terminate it. I kind of wish, I still want to hold up Stub. Oh, they pitch a Murktide. Oh, man. Oh, well, they're tapped out anyway. Double Unholy Heat. So this is tough because if we take both heats, we lose to Counterspell on Terminate, but then we have Leyline Binding. But I think I'm just going to take their threats here because you either have to take both heats or both threats here. All right, so we're gonna do this, and then we'll take, like, the removal spells are annoying. Take counterspell, I guess, and then we'll Leyline Binding. We probably should have, depending on our sequencing, we could have Binding first. Well, see, now they have like they have heat for Grief, which is fine. We don't have up, if they like top deck a Blood Moon, it's gonna be really annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So their hand is Dress Down, double Unholy Heat, Ragavan. Come on. Top deck Ragavan, the worst. And we don't even have like Bowmasters available. Come on, hit a land. All right, they hit a Grief. It's something I would have enjoyed. They shock that in, so they get pinged for 1. So they have Dress Down available. All right, we draw a land. Not ideal. So we're still going to, let's see. They have Dress Down, Heat, Ragavan. This stub is pretty dead. Maybe they go Dash Ragavan, just normal Ragavan. Maybe they pitch something. Let's see what they pitch. So right now their hand is Dress Down and Heat, Pierce. Okay. That's a good one for them to get rid of. I guess we'll fetch. We only have 1 white source, 1 red. All right, we'll get a Sacred Foundry here. So there's a world which we Bowmasters, Ragavan, and then they Dress Down, and then we stub it. I kind of like that. It's going to turn on Shredder, but we don't really care. I think we tapped poorly also. Yeah, we definitely tapped poorly. That's my mistake. Because now we can't terminate Shredder like end of our turn. It's not the biggest deal, but we could definitely sequence better. So see if they get rid of the heat. They do get rid of the heat. Okay. That's kind of scary if they pitch the heat to not kill the Bowmasters. All right, we'll kill Ragavan here. Blood Crypt. Oof. Play this tapped. I mean, I wonder what they would put on top. I'm going to kill this now, unfortunately. Like, if they have a Murktide that they put on top, they definitely didn't put a Ragavan on top. There's no way because of the Bowmasters. So we have to attack. Hope it's not a Murktide, and then hopefully we have like 2 turns to draw out of it. All right, Bauble. I mean, maybe they pitched it to make a bigger Shredder for like a clock. Please don't be Murktide. That's best case scenario. Kavu. Get him for 1 here. We've definitely drawn enough lands though. We've drawn all our lands. Play Kavu. Probably should have held some lands to get rid of with Kavu. Their graveyard has 1 Bauble. We can start eating their graveyard too. We'll exile. So they have instant creature enchantment. They have like a lot of things. And they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have so many to get rid of here. I guess the best case scenario is just to start getting rid of Delirium. Put them down to 5. They have 1 turn to find something. Wow. They're just going to pass. All right, they pass. This is lethal. They have something. They have an Unholy Heat, I bet. Ugh, we draw. Okay. Well, now we're going to hopefully... Oh, man. That's a good draw. That kills our Kavu. Oh, that's so annoying. That's like the best draw. It's either like that or Heat. All right. They're down to 4. A virtual 1. Land go. Leyline of the Void. Let's cast that, see what happens. They're at 3. I guess we just like hold on to this bolt. I guess we just use it now. Like if they're going to counter something, they're going to just counter it. Yeah. And if we use it on their turn, like they still have 4 mana to work with. It's not like we're starving their mana. Wow, iteration. That's a huge one for them. Oh man, this is close. That's like the biggest top deck. They just get so many things. Would they exile? Preordain. They don't get to put anything else in the yard at least, but I mean, their yard's already large enough to where it doesn't matter. Man, we just need like a threat or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, they bolt another iteration. Let's see. We have Draco, we have Kavu, we just have so many threats. Just another Orc, another land. They go to 1. This is another consider. Wow. Okay. So just Orc wins it, man. Stubborn Denial. Oh no. Oh no. Damn, so like maybe we should have held on to the bolt for that then. We got too greedy another one? Too greedy casting our bolts when we could just like wait for stub maybe. But I mean they have the mana to pay for it. Preordain, sure. Man, they're just digging through their deck. I don't know how they haven't found a threat. They've seen 12 more cards than us. Dash Ragavan. Ugh. If that hits something, I'm gonna be super upset. Don't hit anything. Come on. No, they hit the Kavu. Man. That was it. It's a 2-2. Oh, and a DRC. Holy crap. No, not like this. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we lose. That's nuts. We just drew nothing. Yeah, we're just gonna scoop. That sucks. I don't know. The only thing I would say was holding the bolt a little longer, but we drew absolutely nothing for 5 turns. So, what a heartbreaker. All right, match 3. 2 lands, Ragavan. This is solid keep. We'll keep this. 2 Scions. Opponent mulligan to 6. I wish I knew what they were on. It's tempting to opponent mulligan to 5. It's tempting to hopefully we draw some more fetches. But we're going to definitely play Ragavan on turn 1, though. Especially with opponent mulliganing to 5 like this, it could be a huge punish. All right, play Wooded Foothills. This will go get a Sacred Foundry. Is this Is this, let's see if they go Grief turn 1. All right, they fetch with Misty. Island, oh, it is. We don't have the black source for Bowmasters to punish. Oof, okay. We do when we attack with Ragavan. All right, we're not casting that, obviously. Let's, we still don't have the black source. Grief. We have time, so let's play this tapped and pass. And then if they go to cycle, we will Bowmasters. Maybe we should have Bowmasters main phase, because now they can just do it in response. Yeah, that was a mistake. Yeah, now they just cycle in response instead of doing it. See, it's like those small mistakes that'll punish you. Binding. What sucks too is we can't, oh man, yeah, that was just like a huge punish because we can't even, Draco is 4. Like we could play Draco this turn, I guess. Yeah, we're just making all these huge mistakes here. So we should have done this main phase while they were tapped out. Now if they go like Living End, we can't even pitch Grief and they're going to shock that in and we just lose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, damn. Lots of mistakes. It sucks that we didn't have like a natural black source also. Let's see, we binding this 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll just, yeah, there's no way. It's just because they're gonna architects us. All right, mistakes were made. Let's get rid of all these dead cards here. Yeah, we have a lot of dead cards in this matchup. The bolts, I mean, bolts aren't that great. Fury's not great. Binding's not great. We'll keep the bolts just for face value, but this is a tough matchup. We have the voids and stubs at least. Like we have solid sideboard cards. And in the end too, if we cast Bowmasters when we were supposed to, it wouldn't have mattered. But all right, on the play. This hand's fine, but like I'm gonna look for like a Leyline, at least mulligan. This hand's like pretty solid. We don't have the Grief combo, but I want Leyline to avoid otherwise. All right, we have Leyline. All right, we're just gonna keep this based off of Leyline here. Hopefully it survives. If it doesn't, then we have Stubborn Denial, if anything. So we have Stub if they try to kill it, and if they don't, then we should be good to go. Play out Marsh Flats. Just hoping they don't have like Foundation Breaker or like the other Chew something. Misty Crack Island. Okay, they cycle for Forest. We're gonna do this. We're gonna get a, and they can't do anything in response to this. At least not on their turn. They could have like Beseiju and stuff like that, so let's get a Zagoth Triumph. This hand's pretty awful otherwise, but we're really relying on this Leyline. Another Leyline, okay. And play this and pass. I mean, if we get to turn 4, we're gonna just hard cast this, I guess. Just don't have a Foundation Breaker. I think that's the only way we lose. All right, they send it back. They cycle Architects. Weird time to be like cycling. I don't know what they're looking for exactly. I don't know why they're wasting all their cyclers like that. I don't get it. All right, we'll get Rogren. We'll play this tapped and pass, I guess. But if they're like looking for Blood Moon or something, that'd be, I wouldn't be surprised. But they didn't get a forest with the, they got a Stomping Ground. They didn't get a forest with the, oh, okay, maybe they did. Watch, they have like a Blood Moon attempt here. There are lists that are Living End lists that run Blood Moon. I really hope they just slam it. I'd love to draw, well, even if I draw a black source here, I'm still not going to cast it on turn 4. This will be a turn 5 play if we draw like a fetch. All right, they cycle Stripped, Riverwinder. More cyclers. They've drawn 3 Street Wraiths. Opponent's playing pretty slow. Like their clock doesn't show it, but it's just like they're just sitting here doing nothing for like a minute at a time. I don't know what they're thinking about. All right, they just pass back. No, another one. Oops, all ley lines. I mean, if we get a black, like a fetch land next turn, I'll be happy. I'll be happy to just slam all of these. We just don't want to see like a Force of Vigor here. Stomp. Okay, that's fine. I'm glad we saved Lightning Bolt. So if they just go Bone Crusher here, that's ideal, which is, looks like they're going to do because they played a Stomach Ground tapped. Yes, Black Source. Cast Leyline of the Void. They can have Hardcast Force. They could pitch Force if they want, which I'm totally fine with that. They'd probably, if they're going to do it, they're going to like pitch a Shardless or something a bit. Hardcast Dispute. I'm fine with that. I think I'm fine with that. Because if nothing else, if they use mana to kill Leyline of the Void, they'd have to also Cascade, and then we just have Stub for Living End. I kind of want them to just play Bone Crusher, Mountain Cycling, Steam Vents, Untapped. Kind of looks like that's what they're looking for. Bone Crusher. I don't really understand what they're, like, what is this? Nature's Claim? Just Forest Cycling? Yeah, I don't really understand what they're doing here. I mean, they're getting lands out of their deck, but it's just like super, they're just playing so slowly. Up the Beanstalk. Okay, well, we can't play that. Play another Leyline and just pass. Next turn, we'll play Up the Beanstalk. I mean, if they could just, they could draw a Force of Vigor and just dunk on both of these. The fact that we've just drawn absolutely nothing, or like no gas, they're just hard casting a Generous End. Like this is where we're at right now. Ugh, yeah, we're not drawing well. Up the Beanstalk. We've drawn all 4 Leyline of the Voids. That's absurd. We're just gonna die. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've drawn nothing but lands and Leyline of the Voids. We have 3 turns. I mean, I guess we just haven't drawn cards. They're 7 cards deeper than us with all the cycling. Imagine if we had like Bowmasters out. They've drawn 2 Oliphants, 3 Generosens, 3 Straight Wraiths, gain 3 life, sure. Now they're just casting Shardless as a creature. Alright, well we're dead next turn unless we draw something. Oh my god. Just all lands. Alright, match 4 on the play. And this hand is decent. We have turn 1 Ragavan, some Beanstalks, some Beanstalk value, so we'll try this hand. We haven't got to really scam grief people into a concession yet, but put a mulligan to 6. Let's see if this Ragavan lives. Get Sacred Foundry here and pass. Let's see. Plains. Usually not a good sign for a Ragavan to live, but so far so good. Let's see. Is this Hammer or like Taxes or something? It's Hammer. All right, we could get a Zagoth Triome and use the treasure to play Beanstalk, but I kind of want to keep ramping. So I'm going to be greedy-ish here and get a breeding pool and play up the Beanstalk. It's nice they didn't have another one. It's nice they didn't have a turn 1 play. So we want lands here. All right, they play a Saga. That's really good for them. And a Giver. Maybe we can draw something to... All right, that's really good. That'll get a Zagoth Triome. Let's get a lot of value here. So we're going to use a treasure for Beanstalk here. Bowmasters. And then we're going to Binding now. Because we're going to have to Binding this or get rid of this anyway. That's really good. Okay, so now we get to Scam Grief them. Let's see what we hit. Forge anew. Okay, obviously we're not going to cast that. We have a treasure here, so let's cast Grief. I guess we'll... Do we care about Surge? Definitely want to take Paladin. Forge anew can be annoying as well. I think we leave Forge anew. I think we take these two. Surge is going to be annoying eventually, and then we'll take Paladin. We could take Forge because we can just kill that as well, but with no... Like, they're not doing anything. They are going to make a construct and block Ragavan, I guess. I don't know. I think that was the right... Those are the right cards to take. So they played a Plains. They have a Forge anew and they have a Saga in hand as well. Temple Garden. Play another Bean. All the beans. Scion. All right, let's chuck that in. Let's play Scion so we can draw 3, which is insane. 2 lands and I mean, not the greatest draws. We'll attack here. So we're going to attack with Ragavan. If they make a construct and block Ragavan, that's fine. This is first strike now anyway. And I don't think we die if they get like a hammer here. All right, there's that. They can make a construct, float mana, play Forge anew with a hammer, equipped hammer, and we can not dead after all Scion with treasure token. And if they attack, they're dead anyway. Yeah, because Forge anew, they'd have to just play it now. Like, if nothing else, they might just equip it and hold on, but then we can just... So it looks like they're going to play another Saga and then Forge anew. Oh, Sigarda's Aid and Forge anew. So now they get to equip this here. So we're going to block, even though, like, that's fine, because now we can do this, and now they're just dead. Yeah, I think that was the only way they were getting out of it, because then they would go to 6. They would need Shadow Spear. I don't know. That was a tough one for them. The value of the beans. All right. So against Hammer, we have a lot. We have this to bring in. What's not good? Ragavan is not good. Fury, Grief, Binding. All these are like solid. Bowmasters. I think Bowmasters comes out too. Bowmasters, they don't draw cards besides what's it called? And if they do have that in, I don't think we really care. Try maybe shave 1. A 1-lander. Lots of removal otherwise though, but we're gonna mulligan. All right, this hand has Hitotsugu and Bolt and Scion, so we'll keep this. Put back a land. I think that's fine. Being on the draw, we're definitely gonna draw at least 1 more land. Hopefully they just go like turn 1 Giver or turn 1 nothing, and we can just set our hand up with Triumphs. Oh, just a tap land. We'd like to see that. We also have Fury Scam as well, which is pretty awesome. So ideally they'll like flood the board and we can just scam them that way. Or we can hit a Tsugu, all their constructs. There's Giver. All right, we'll get Zagoth Triume. We don't have to bolt that immediately just because we have hit a Tsugu. Oh, nice. All right, we're just gonna slam Scion here. Scion comes down. A little awkward because they're gonna be able to play a land and hold up construct. Oh, double. I mean, if they're not gonna do anything, I'm not gonna do anything. I don't mind waiting to get this value here. Another Feign Death. So I'm not gonna attack. We could get in for 4. But if they go construct, Sigarda's Aid, hammer, like Surge, and all we have is Bolt, we're just screwed. So we're just going to get huge value next turn, this upcoming turn. So they're going to lose this land. Maybe they might have another one. They're going to lose. This is going to be like a 4-for-1. Yeah, they're just making all the constructs here. This is really good for us. They get a Springleaf Drum. Oh, hopefully they cast something else. Come on. All right, so unfortunately they didn't use... I wanted them to cast one more thing, but it's okay. This is going to be like, get Rogran Triume. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, if they can come back from this, good for them. I mean, Saga's such a good card that it's possible, but this just completely... It looks like they're reading it. All right, they give it protection, but it's each, not target, so it's not gonna... Yeah, so they use Surge and Giver. Surge it gives them hexproof until end of turn and prevent damage. So this doesn't prevent damage. This is just destroy. So that's maybe a little oopsie on their part. But see, like what I was talking about before with the surge, them having all that, and they ended up having all that. All right, we didn't draw any lands. Right now we're sitting pretty. They just like 1, 2, 3. It's like a 5 for 1. All right, they're gonna float mana here. If they didn't draw another land, they're just going to be sitting on a white source. I mean, they could go Sigarda's. Okay. I was going to say they could go like Sigarda's something. Exile our graveyards. Bolt now. If they have something, they're going to use it. Yeah, we have so much removal here that we just want to like force out whatever we can. And then an upkeep, bolt again. They can't have like 3 surges, right? Okay, good. So we did that upkeep just to avoid them drawing a payoff or a spell. Like another surge or something. All right, this goes in chapter 3, which you don't get to see too often, but it becomes a creature and deals damage. You put a +1/+1 counter on it, and then if it has 10 counters, we win the game. So we'll attack. We already killed their haster, so we can safely play up the Beanstalk. Looking for a land drop here. All right, up the Beanstalk land drop. So yeah, I don't see how we lose this game. Wow, they crack Horizon Canopy. Their only other land, and unless they have like a land, like another land, I highly doubt it. That's kind of like a concession. All right, so we get in. Yeah, we didn't even crack this. We probably could have cracked it for a tap shock land. Then we'll pass. Opponent's still playing this out. Good for them. Good for Trey. Giver. Okay. We will... That should get the concession, right? I mean, they're dead on board no matter what, so it doesn't really matter. All right, and they concede. I mean, yeah. Draw, Scion. Everything kind of worked out for us that game. Very nice. All right, we're on the final match, and we're on the play, so let's see. This hand is pretty medium. It doesn't have any draw engine, no scam. We have like turn 1, turn 2. It doesn't do anything amazing. 2 lands. I think we're gonna try it. It has removal. It has a little bit of everything, just not the greatest. All right, well, I'm glad we didn't try to mull to the grief scam combo. Leyline of Sanctity main. Rising Canopies. This could be like that. Oh, it's just. Oh no. Oh wait. Do we just get demolished by Bogles? Fury does nothing. Bowmasters does, like, all our cards do absolutely nothing against them. Binding hits some things. That is hilarious. I mean, we can just. Oh god, yeah. Hopefully they play what's it called that Fury can kill. So we're hoping that they attack without equipping, maybe, or if they do attack the first strike. That's like the worst thing we could have seen too, because now I wanted to like ambush them. I think we just like take our beats here. This is so awkward. All right, shock that in and pass. I'm really looking to get rid of their enchantments and then flash and Bowmasters. I think that's the only way we're gonna win. Like this, yeah. All right, get rid of the enchantment. Ping ourselves, as awkward as that is, and then we can trade here. They're only on 1 land too, so it's like, please don't have another one. No, Scion of Draco. We'll get in for 1. This is going to be a weird game, especially if they're stuck on 1 land. Hopefully they don't draw a land because they have all these 2-drops stuck in their hand. Another Hyena Umbra. It doesn't matter. Scion. Getting for 4. Play another Scion. 8. This is lethal next turn. They're also doing damage every time they cast a spell, which is hilarious. As long as they don't put a lifelink on this thing. I mean, even if they do, they can't attack. Yeah, they just lose. Man, when's the last time you seen Bogles? Another Scion. Getting him for 8. Yeah, and I just remember too, we can't even bolt them, but ironically this Leyline is saving them. Oh no, they drew a second land. But this is 12 damage, so there's no way that they can gain, even if they put on what's it called? The big guy. Life linking craziness. Spirit Link. Okay, that's not it. They need ethereal armor. That's what they need. All right, they go to 10 and then they just die and they scoop. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Leyline of Sanctity. Oof. Okay, so Terra Sunder, Boseiju, Hitotsugu are all good. Lightning Bolt, Ragavan, not good. I mean, Stub could be okay. Even Bowmasters isn't that good. Maybe we just kind of play like the control. Like, this is all pretty terrible. They're not drawing cards. So like this just acts like as like a little ambush wiper. Hitotsugu will be the best card in the matchup. Funny how we're not main decking it. All right, this hand is awesome. Ish if they have actually, oh man, this is gonna be this is either gonna be awful or terrible. If they have Leyline, we have to wait till turn 2, or yeah, turn 2 to do this. If they don't have a Leyline, we get to just pop off now. I feel like they would just remove it. Okay, cool, they did. All right, so they are gonna play Bogle as expected. That's one bad thing about this deck is you literally have to mull to. Okay, that's a good draw. You have to mull to get it right. Get Evergrown Tomb. But they wish they had the Leyline now, huh? Oh, Path to Exile. We'll take that. And then we'll take Ethereal Armor, I'm assuming. Trample, trample. All right, pretty easy path and armor here. So their hand is just 2 Audacities, so they get to play 1 Audacity. That's fine. They get in for 3. Another Leyline Binding. This is annoying. I think we have to chill. I think I want to get a Triumph with this Windswept Heath. So I don't mind blocking here, and then we'll see what they do. If they put an Audacity on, they do get the draw 2 with this, but then they lose their Bogle. Wish we had up the Beanstalk. Why'd they target? They said LOL. That's funny. I'm still going to block, then they're still going to... So the cool thing about this is they're going to get the draw a bunch. We're not going to get to see what they draw though. That stinks. Oh, good. We get to take another Bogle out. So hopefully they don't draw another one. Let's look at a Rogran Triumph. All right, so they draw 2 and nothing. Okay, cool. Stub. I think, do we try to protect Grief with Stub or do we just slam? I think if they would have had it, they would have pathed it by now. So I think we can just slam that. Razorverge Thicket, another Bogle. And these are both unblockable. So right now they're going to go to 4. And we have, yeah, there's no way they're getting out of this. We have Stub for whatever, for protection. We have Binding for any crazy enchantments. Okay, and then we just send it back. I mean, and this is why like Bogles aren't really played, just because of these draws. This deck is just like not a thing anymore. It's awesome if you do get to like stack it up, but not looking good for them. All right, and we get there. Nice. 2-1, 2-0, 2-0. And you guys saw this, the Living End matchup, and then this was just so sad. Just game 3 came down to just a life point. All right, that was Domain Zoo with some scam elements in Modern. I'm sad we didn't get to do the Grief scam thing as much as we wanted to, but overall the deck performed decently well. The only time it didn't was when we just either flooded out, missed our land drops, or mulliganed a lot. So it's not necessarily the deck's fault, it's just variance in that regard. Obviously, we could have sequenced better in some situations, but overall, I think the deck performed pretty well. So if you're looking to aggro your opponent out, kind of mid-range your opponent out, scam them out, outvalue them without the Beanstalk, this deck kind of does a little bit of everything pretty well. So it's certainly a strong deck. Again, with Black-Red Scam being the best deck in the Modern meta, this is like a close second in what it's trying to do with the Grief Fury Scam package here with Bowmasters and all the Undying effects. So if you're sick of Black-Red Scam and you want to try this out, certainly give it a go. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Peace.